Hello, welcome to Ludic Science. In a previous video I showed you this little module, which is a PWM generator. That is, this module generates a train of rectangular pulses, and we can set the frequency and the duty cycle to the value that we need for a particular application. In this case, as you can see, we have 500 Hz of frequency and 50% duty cycle. And both parameters can be varied according to our needs. We can move the frequency and also the duty cycle. If you are interested in the video of this module, it is in the description of this video. And here in this video we will see an application which is the speed control of an electric DC motor. Here you can see the type of output that we have from the module. We have rectangular pulses. And how do we set the speed of the motor? Okay, look at this first example. This is a duty cycle of around 95%, which means that 95% of the time we have the voltage on, and then 5% of the time we have 0 volts, then full voltage, 0 voltage, etc. So in this case, almost all the time the motor sees a full voltage at its terminals. So it is going almost at full speed. On the other hand, if you set a low duty cycle, for example 4 or 5%, it will look something like this. Only 5% of the time you have voltage in the motor's terminals. The rest of the time the voltage is off. So in this case, the motor will go at a low speed. Of course, this on and off switching must be done very fast. I am using a frequency of 500 Hz, which means that 500 times a second we switch the voltage on and off. Here you can see the circuit. This is the output of the PWM generator, positive and negative, and we need a MOSFET transistor. Why? Because the output of the generator has a capacity of 30 milliamps maximum. This is a very low current, so if we want to move a large motor, 30 milliamps is not enough. The MOSFET will allow us to use larger currents. So we have a battery or power supply for the motor. The module uses its own supply, a 9-volt battery in my case, and you connect positive of the battery to one terminal of the motor. The other terminal goes to the drain of the MOSFET, and the source is connected to the negative of the power supply and also to the negative of the PWM module. And you connect the gate of the MOSFET to the positive via a 10 ohm resistor. Also, you need a diode connected to the terminals of the motors in this direction. This is because the electric motor in its normal working produces voltage spikes that can damage the MOSFET. So the diode is there to absorb that voltage spikes. So let's see the system working with this configuration. Everything is now connected. I have this little motor and the diode connected as per the diagram. 9-volt battery for the module and the power supply for the current to the electric motor. Here is the Mosfet. I am using IRF C44, but you can use any power Mosfet that is N-channel. Let me turn on the module. As you can see, it is at 50% duty cycle and 500 Hz of frequency. I'm going to turn on the power supply, and there is the little motor. Now I'm going to reduce the duty cycle, and as we have a low duty cycle, the motor starts to lower its speed. Let's see, now it's 20%, 21%, and the speed of the motor is now very low, as you can see. And of course, if we move the duty cycle up, the motor again gains speed until we are at 100% duty cycle, which is the same as connecting the motor directly to the power supply. Let's move it back to 50% duty cycle. Now I will use a larger motor. This is a motor from a sewing machine. It is a universal motor, so it can work with both AC and DC. In this case, of course, I am using DC. And this is a good example of why it is good to use a separate power supply for the module and for the motor. Because this motor can work at up to 100 volts, but if we use the same power supply for the motor and the module, we can burn the module, because this can work at 30 volts maximum. So it has its own separate power supply, in this case 9 volts. So let me turn on the power supply. I am using 32 volts, which is the maximum that my power supply can give. And you can see the motor working at 80% duty cycle. Let me turn down the duty cycle to lower the speed of the motor. I hope you can hear the difference in sound. It is now going at low speed. You can also see this from the current consumption of the motor. Now it is 150 milliamps, and if we increase the speed, now at 100%, the motor is drawing 270 milliamps. It is because it is going at full speed. So there you have it. Motor speed control using PWM module. Hope you liked this video. Thanks for coming to my channel, and see you in the next one.